we are showing you how you can make halal money online without having a business. My name is Abu Lahya. I help Muslims make money online. That's my job. I helped over 1,000 Muslims start halal online business, most of which have achieved amazing things such as making hijrah, changing their lives, quitting their job, and so forth. But that being said, in conclusion, alhamdulillah, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to making money. If you don't make enough money and you don't have time, you're trading time for money. You're probably working a 9 to 5. You're probably working in a job where a guy has a certain amount of hours that you work and he pays you a certain amount. It's because you're trading time for money. So if you want to make more money, you have to spend more time. The thing you guys don't realize is that somebody's paying you per the hour, but realistically, they're not paying you to just sit down and not do anything. They're paying you to sit down for 10 hours and work and produce something that's valuable, and that's ultimately what they're seeing. So here, 10 hours worth of value. This is one of the biggest things that are going to help you understand how you can start making money without starting a business. You're currently being paid for your time. People will look at your time and say, this guy working this amount of hours is worth this much. For example, cashier, everybody can do it. You don't do a lot of work that's very valuable. You're just cashing in stuff. The value of it is like 20 bucks, right? Now, if you're a plumber and you fix a leak, that's worth a lot of money. Because if the leak keeps leaking, somebody has a leak in their house, the whole house gets flooded, the whole house is a mess, it costs 10 grand to fix the house. So him fixing the small leak is valuable. If the plumber not fixing the house is gonna make the house lose 10 grand because he's gonna fix the whole floor, the plumber doesn't have to charge by the hour. The plumber can charge for the problem he solves. And that problem he solves is valuable, which is why the plumber can fix it maybe in an hour, but he can charge you 1,000 bucks for the hour and no one's gonna complain because his hour is valuable and the problem he's solving is valuable. If you want to maximize the amount of money you make while minimizing the time, you have to get away from charging by the hour. You have to start charging for the value that you provide. I wanna make sure you guys understand that there's another side which is not just starting a business and doing a bunch of stuff. It's just how can I think of my skill set and the stuff I'm doing as something that's valuable so that people can pay me for the value that I'm doing. Making halal money without starting a business, we're gonna cover 3 main points. First thing we'll do is I'll show you how to pick a skill that'll work based on your personality and who you are. I'll show you which personality you have and then we'll speak about the 4 core skills in demand. Everybody thinks there's the best business, the one thing, try dropshipping, try SMMA, start this specific thing, whereas there's not. There's a handful that you'll do well in, depending on who you are. I want you to fill out this chart if you're under 30, over 30, introvert or extroverted. To know if you're extroverted or introverted is very easy. Would you start a conversation out of nowhere just because you're bored? Or would you rather stay by yourself with your own mind? If you rather just stay by yourself, stay on your PC, do your own thing, you're probably more introverted. If you're introvert, under 30, you're blue. If you're introvert, over 30, you're green. If you're an extrovert, under 30, you're red. If you're an extrovert, over 30, you guys can read yellow, it's fine, we'll just accept. The reason why I made you guys make this whole test and all these colors is not because I'm a crazy guy. It's actually because I run a business and I know multiple people who run a business. And I ask myself, if all these people run businesses, they have people who provide them a service that they pay. Those companies pay people. A company that makes $1 million a year spends most of their money on staff, on team members, on employees, on contractors, on freelancers, on people who are basically doing some sort of work for them. And those people make a lot of money. About 50% of most people's expenses go towards staffing, which in other words means if a business makes 1 million a year, they spend 500K in the marketplace. It's 50% of whatever businesses make in general. So by tapping into whatever I'm saying here, which is picking a skill and becoming good at it and charging for it, you're basically, for people who are scared of like, is this gonna be saturated or can actually go ahead and do it? The amount of money that you can make is basically whatever amount of money is made in the world divided by half. You can't touch the other half, but you can charge from the pool of literally half the money that's created in the world. That's what you can tap into by doing this. So there's a lot of money to be made. The question is, what can you actually go ahead and do depending on your color? And that's what I'll cover today. There's 4 types of problems that businesses deal with, and those 4 problems cover about 95% of the money that they actually spend. 5% is across like 50 other smaller problems, but there's like 4 big fat problems that they spend money on. Companies spend money on marketing. Companies spend money on sales. Companies spend money on tech. And companies spend money on operations and management. Does that make sense? What I'm saying here is most companies are looking for people who can provide a service in any of those fields. You have a certain personality that aligns with one of these things, and you're in 1 or 2 problems. Either you're the wrong color or you're charging for time. If you're in the wrong color, so for example, you found that you're red, but you're not working in sales, or you're blue, but you're not working in marketing, or you're green and you're not working in tech, or you're yellow and you're not working in management, then you're in the wrong color. You need to, number 1, change role, realize you can live life on easy mode. The reason why I'm saying this is most of you are literally working in the wrong lane. It sounds crazy. Shamsu, can you come in? You had your own agency before.
Yeah.
You, as a business owner, was doing everything.
Everything.
You had to find your own clients, you had to do the sales to close them. How do you feel when you changed role and you actually got in the right color? How did your life feel?
Real quick, if you're a Muslim working in 9 to 5 and you're tired that your job is getting in the way of you practicing your deen, you're tired of rushing your prayers at work, you're tired that your income doesn't allow you to give your family the life they deserve, or you just don't feel happy overall. If that sounds anything like you, we have a solution. We personally helped over 1,000 Muslims who are in the exact same situation that you're in right now through our mentorship program. Muslims who now made hijrah and now alhamdulillah live in a Muslim country. Muslims who now make 10K a month and can provide for their families. Muslims who overall don't have to worry about bills anymore. So if that sounds interesting and you want to apply for our mentorship program, you can check out the link below this video. Our team will reach out to you to see if we can help you out. If we can help you out, we'll help you get started with the program. If we can't help you, we'll still send you some free resources so you can get started on your own. So either way, we'll help you out. So make sure you apply with the link below and we'll see you on the other side. Assalamu alaikum.
How did your life feel?
After I changed and focused on my color, I was just more happy. Life was so much better. I stopped stressing. It feels like a whole mountain that was on my head disappeared.
What this is basically that you were living life on hard mode. You were very good at 25% of something and you spent 75% of your life doing something else. I'm sharing this so you guys actually understand that it works.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, of course. So if you're a sales guy, you'll be able to speak with people until they want to make a change, which is why you have to be great when speaking with people. You're not going to be exhausted after a conversation and you can handle rejection, because that's what helps you be a great sales guy, because you're going to be rejected a ton of times, but it will help you finally make some money because you'll help people make a change and you're going to be naturally good at it because that matches your personality. If you want to be great at marketing, you need to be great at attracting attention and directing attention. Under these roles, when it comes to marketing, you have whatever is videographer, video editor, copywriter, script writer, somebody who makes ads, somebody who makes content, somebody who runs a marketing agency. All these kind of things fall under marketing. It's always the same thing. Help people get attention, direct their attention to get something. For somebody who want to be a tech guy, you want to help people save time and money by putting some tech in place. Maybe they could have a faster process. Maybe they're doing things manually. You could code something. You could nerd out on a problem and find a way to make it more efficient. That's your job. They'll save money, they'll save time, they'll pay you a lot for it. Management, you want to keep the business running. Make sure everything is good. There's a lot of people in the business. There's a lot of clients. There's a lot of stuff going on. You need a manager to manage employees. You need a manager to manage clients. A lot of stuff is going on. You're experienced. You know how to handle things. You know how to call the shots, but you also have the experience to know when to behave a certain way. You know when to calm down, when to actually go crazy, because you need to go crazy. You'd be a great manager. Let's move over to how to get good at my skill. To get good at anything, the first thing I like to do is just focus on one thing. I'm gonna show you why. If you guys have overload of information, no time, too many distractions, you are not focused. You are trying to learn so many things at the same time. The easiest way to understand it, imagine you wanna build a building. You have a crane here, let me draw a crane. Let's say this is a crane with like a magnet in there, and you wanna make 4 buildings. What you're doing right now is you're focusing on adding one thing here, one thing here, one thing here, one thing here, and basically your buildings are gonna be ready in 4 years. That's when you're not focused. You're doing 4 things at the same time. You're distracted, you lack of focus, you're focusing on so many different things. It's creating confusion in your mind and you feel like you don't make any progress, so you get lazy and you stop. What I'd rather do instead, focus on one thing, get the 3 other buildings, let them burn, it's fine. You make this one grow, this one grow, this one grow. Now, this building is done. Next up, get this building up. What you're currently doing here is learning a bit of each skill, not mastering anyone, and then you complain that you don't have time when you're overloaded and you can't focus, etc. You're distracted, you're doing too many things at the same time. You can only start living in a building when it's fully built. You're not gonna live in a two-story building when they're building the two next floors. It doesn't make sense. And most of the time, halfway through you'll give up. If somebody says, yeah, the building will be ready when all 4 are ready, you're just gonna get another building. Whereas if somebody said the building's gonna be ready in a month, and the other one's gonna be ready later, you'll just jump into this one first and buy the other ones when they're ready. So you need to learn the first skill first and learn the other ones when you're ready. Let's take the scenario where you're broke. You don't have any money or you don't want to invest into anything. My framework to work and learn anything very quickly is to be a sponge. Sponge for 7 days. Honestly, if you're just learning one skill, I would even slice that and do 3 days. What that means is you go and you watch YouTube videos, you go and you read. It's gonna sound crazy. We're in whole 2026. I'm gonna tell you this and it's gonna blow your mind. You actually go ahead and you read blog posts. Because the things that you are learning are core skills that are mastered by some people. There's some guy who's like a sales nerd, and the only thing he could find to do on his Saturday evening is write a blog post about sales. And there's like 17 people who read it. Well, if you don't make money, you're gonna be the 18th guy who reads it, and you're gonna learn a ton about sales. Applies for every other skill. The reason why I'm saying sponge for 7 days, or 3 days if you have brain rot, is because, first of all, most of the information is going to be repeated by some other people again and again, and you're going to start understanding it. For example, if you want to learn about marketing, you're going to search on YouTube, marketing masterclass, marketing for beginners, how does marketing work? And you spend like 2 hours a day watching videos. I guarantee you, even if you watch 25 YouTubers, 80% of the information they all mention will be the same. And that gives you the core nugget of what marketing is. Now, you understood about the skill set, you're still not good at it. But it's kind of like the room was completely dark, now you just turn like a candle on. So you kind of can navigate your way through it. The next thing, I want to put like a big flashlight on it. And a big flashlight is training it. If you're by yourself, it's gonna sound crazy, but go to ChatGPT and say, I am trying to learn into a skill, so I'm trying to learn sales, I'm trying to learn marketing, I'm trying to learn whatever. I got a bit of understanding on how marketing works, or how sales work, and how tech works, whatever. And I now wanna train the skill. I wanna become better at it. How can I do that? Can you please ask me questions, give me trainings, give me homeworks that very quickly can help me become better at it, and then I'll give it back to you and you'll give me feedback. And that actually helps you train it. For reference, I use this myself, and I run a big company, alhamdulillah. And I still use ChatGPT, and it made me a lot of money. So if you want to make a lot of money as well, trust me, it works. The second thing is very simple, is that you find someone who's already good at it, and you pay them to do the same thing that ChatGPT would do, but they would just tailor it to you. But that costs money. So you have free version and paid version. And I advise you to start with the free version. And that takes us to point number 4. And the reason why I said mentor, and I tied that point with somebody who is struggling with accountability, is because the mentors gives you clarity, it gives you feedback, and the biggest thing, it gives you accountability. This is something you have to accept with yourself, that you're not a superhuman, and that if you want to learn something, it might be hard, it might be lazy, it might be difficult. You like having someone by your side holding your hand through it. And people, I'm sorry, won't do that for free. But good people could give you clarity, give you feedback, and accountability when it comes to learning something. All right, so now you picked a skill that matches your personality. It's one of the 4 core skills that are in demand, and that would forever be in demand, inshallah. They've been in demand for the past 10 years. They won't be in demand for the next 10 years. So you're safe if you make money with it. You become good at it by focusing on one thing. So you just focus on that skill, eliminate everything else. You find 2 hours a day, whatever it may be, to work on it. Then you sponge for 3 days, learn every single thing you can think of when it comes to that specific skill set, and then you get feedback on it. You can use ChatGPT to get feedback. The small thing we said, prompt it, ask it to ask you 10 questions, to challenge you. You answer the 10 questions, they'll tell you if you're good or bad, and that's it. Now, third part, how do you make money from it? We'll focus on 3 things here. First one is you need to find clients. The second thing is you need to close them. The third one and the fourth one are gonna be disclosed later to keep your retention. Haha. Where to find clients? One question I like asking myself whenever I want to find clients, I just say, who is my ideal client? Who do I want to help? If I'm a sales guy, it's somebody who's selling something and wants sales guys. If I'm a marketing guy, it's somebody who would benefit a lot from having marketing. If I'm a tech guy, it's somebody who would benefit by me coding something. Am I going to be coding for a bakery? Like, do they actually need something? Of course not. But am I going to be coding for a software company? Am I going to be coding for an education company? Of course, right? So you ask yourself, who is my ideal client? And then where does he hang out? Where is my client? So I can actually go ahead and find him. This simple framework will help you know where does your client hang out. So if you're a sales guy and you want to be doing online sales, you ask yourself, where does my ideal client hang out? He will probably be online, right? And if he's online, should I reach out to them? Or are they the kind of people that you can contact privately? Are they the kind of people that need to be introduced to you so that you can reach out to them? For example, if you want to reach a business owner that's running an online business and needs a sales guy, usually sending them a private DM if they're big is not really going to work out. You want to differentiate yourself. You might want to join a community. You might want to ask one of their employees. You can see who they're following on Instagram, see if one of them is a team member, reach out to that person, ask for an intro, and that helps you get the point across through networks and like other people. And same thing if they're offline, it's the same concept. So if they're, for example, I don't know, you're trying to build a website which is marketing for a local bakery, well, they're offline. Should you actually ask somebody to introduce you to the bakery? Of course not, just go ahead and walk into the store. Make sense? And ask them directly, so it's in private. That's why you start closing them, which is part 2. So you found the client, you want to close them. You first make a good impression. Hey, Assalamu alaikum, how are you doing? Oh, you smell good, you're super nice. Hello, hello. Oh, super nice. Assalamu alaikum, Assalamu alaikum. Oh, good impression made, done.
You said make a great impression. Hello, how are you? Here's some dates. How do you do that online?
Oh, simple. You compliment on something that they actually did. Everybody loves compliments on achievements. So you look up what they did, whatever they achieved in their life, make it personalized to them, and you compliment them on it with something that's specific. So if this company achieved whatever, they became number 1 in whatever industry. Hey guys, looked you up so that you're actually the big G in the game. Congrats for that. You're big man. I have big man like you. That's me doing a good impression and showing them I'm actually good. Next thing you do is you ask about their problems. What's wrong with your business? What's currently going on? I'm a good sales guy. What could I do using my sales skills to help you in your business? What could I do? What problems can I solve as a great sales guy in your business? Biggest mistake people would do is trying to jump straight to solving it. Big mistake. Second thing you do is see the consequence usually, as well as what they tried. This is one of the easiest things I use when I sell people. I just say, hey, I'm very good at sales, very good at marketing. I would help you with your marketing. What's currently wrong with your marketing? Okay, views are tanking. No one is going on your website. Okay, what have you tried so far to fix it? I've tried getting SEO. I've tried sending ads to it. I've tried whatever. Okay, makes sense. And what happens if you don't fix that issue with your website? Because that is going to create problem, because those two create a feeling that everybody hates, which is pain. And when people are in pain, they pay better. When people have an actual problem that's painful, the only thing they want to do is get out of it. The simplest analogy I have is, let's say I'm a pharmacy, right? I sell medication. I can go to you and say, hey, do you currently have some pimples that help on, you wake up, you get a pimple, and like maybe you want to fix it. Let me give you this small serum. It costs $50. It's a serum that helps you fix your pimples. That, maybe once in a blue moon you have a pimple. People will be like, yeah, what's the serum made of? Okay, how much does it cost? It's expensive, give me a discount. I'll think about it, I'll see later. They're not in pain. They're not gonna die over a pimple. Next up, bring the guy that walks into the pharmacy, he cut his finger off. In 2 hours, his finger is never gonna be usable again unless he fixes it. I'm gonna sell him whatever medication that costs $1,000. Is he gonna ask me like any questions about it? Or just like take it and swallow it? The only difference between those two guys, it's painful, fix it now. He'd pay better, he'd pay more, he'd pay faster. Same thing with your clients. And after that, you make the offer. You make the offer after understanding what the biggest problem is. It's very painful. You say, I will solve your painful problem in X amount of time for this amount of money. And the thing you can keep negotiating back and forth is not the price, unless you actually want to change the other ones. Let me break this down for a second. Change the variables that make the price. How painful is the problem, times how quickly I can fix it and how well I can fix it will dictate the price. For example, fix your finger very quick, I charge you $500. But like literally doing surgery and everything right now. Can I afford surgery? I'm not gonna do surgery for $100. I'm not gonna do that. Surgery costs $500. But I'll give you a cast. It's gonna take 6 months to fix. That's $100. And then he's picking between value. What's more valuable, $500 or broken finger for 6 months? Then he makes the shot and pays $500. If the issue is not the time frame, or you can't change the time frame, then you work on the problem. I'll fix like half your finger. You're still gonna stay broken, but at least it won't hurt anymore. And I'll do it now. That'll be like $200. They're like, bro, it's good that it doesn't hurt anymore, but it's still broken. It's like, yeah, okay, then I'll fix it now and it won't hurt anymore, but it's $500. Again, comparing value. Make sense? This is very simple. Like it's normal that people are gonna ask questions they wanna negotiate. Same thing with a broken finger. They might be like, okay, I'll pay $500, but is my finger gonna fully recover? Am I gonna have like lifetime damage? No, it's gonna fully recover. Makes sense, $500, right? You clarify the questions, this is normal. Don't get angry. People just ask questions before being able to buy. That's fine. Make sense? Great. Negotiate, clarify questions, and then collect the cash. Now that you found clients and closed them, you need to deliver on your clients, which is basically you doing the work for what you promised. The thing I like to do when delivering on clients, you say, the biggest thing we're gonna both work on as me working in your business is fixing that thing. Not everything, not whatever, I'll help you fix one thing, that thing. Use your brain. Let's say they have a website problem, let's say they have a marketing problem, let's say they have a sales problem, whatever that may be. You research how to solve that particular problem in their business. On top of that, you wanna avoid mistakes that you might not know about, which is why you wanna research how you can solve that problem how that problem has been solved before. You wanna find a smallest chunk of that problem and fix it for them. For example, if you're fixing a website for them, I would change one of the first pictures. I would change the headline, or I would give them something quick. They can be like, hey, the biggest problem you have is that you don't get enough traffic. Let me give you that quick win. Small thing. Maybe that make an Instagram story talking about your business. It's gonna help you get some traffic. Whatever that may be. You find something that can give them a quick win for that problem. It kind of like solves like 5% of the problem. Give them that as soon as you can, because it buys you more time to fix the problem, and it overall makes them happier. Very important that when you're solving something for someone, you communicate with them at each step. Most people would complain at you, not because you're a problem or you have a problem, just because you don't communicate enough. People are not really mad when you don't do something. They're mad that you didn't let them know that you couldn't do it while you're doing it. This is literally why Uber, instead of trying to fix delivery time, they just added the timer of how quickly it's gonna come. Because it costs a lot more money to get every single driver to drive faster. Much easier to just tell you, hey, the guy's gonna be 3 minutes away. Oh, sorry, delivery is gonna be delayed, the guy just crashed on the street. Whereas if you're like waiting and you have no information, you will actually crash out. The last thing you need to do is scale. When you want to scale, you just do what you did, again, by adding 2 things. Adding proof and charging more. Repeat the entire process, which is finding clients, but this time you show them that you fixed it for others before. In your outreach, when you're trying to make a good impression, when you ask for an introduction, when you walk into the store, you show them that you fixed it for other people before, which helps you make a better impression. Because you're saying, hey, I'll fix your broken pinky. I fixed it for this guy before. That's how you walk into the store. Then you say, what's your current issue? Oh, your pinky is broken. What happens if you don't fix your pinky? It's very painful. Here's me fixing someone's pinky right now in 1 hour. Here's a video of it, or here's a screenshot of it, or here's the radio before and after, whatever that may be. I can do it now for $600. 2 things I can change. I increase the price. I can probably do it faster because I know how to fix pinkies now. I've done it multiple times. I know how to increase prices. Or maybe you fixed pinkies before, you can start fixing like the whole hand. That's a bigger problem. You can charge more for that. You can charge $1,000, and then yeah, it's more valuable. What is the most valuable? If I can fix your pinky, or can I fix your whole hand or your whole arm? The whole arm is more valuable. So I can charge $5,000 for the whole arm, and maybe I can do it in 2 hours. And maybe after doing the whole arm for a long time, maybe I can start charging $10,000 because now I fix the arm in 1 hour instead of 2, and it's more safe to save it in 1 hour than 2, right? It has a better success rate, and that is Ikhwa, your live masterclass on how to make money without starting a business. And now you know how to make halal money online without starting a business. And that was Abu Lahya. 2026, we're coming back, we're taking over.